if Watergate happened tomorrow, it would be like a 12-hour news story. Like, the idea that it would have taken down a presidency is crazy. And by the way, if you look at the story of how the deep state took down Richard Nixon, it's not all that different from what the same groups of people, the same institutions tried to do to Donald Trump in the first Trump administration. There is a parallel.
All right, this is crazy. JD Vance was sitting down speaking with Laura Trump when he said it wouldn't have surprised him to learn that Donald Trump was in the Marines. He went on to say, of course he didn't serve in the military, but he has a Marine-style leadership. Just look at this.
It would not have shocked me if I had learned after knowing him that your father-in-law had been in the Marine Corps, because, and of course he didn't serve in the Marines, but he has a very Marine Corps style of leadership where he's very willing to delegate, and he trusts certain people. And when he trusts those people, he's willing to give them a task.
So because he trusts certain people and gives them tasks to complete and then tells them to report back to him when they're done completing the task, that means he acts like a Marine. Keep in mind, not only did Donald Trump never serve in the military in his life, but he dodged the draft multiple different times. He got out of serving in Vietnam because he faked having bone spurs. And of course, he insulted John McCain, a prisoner of war who endured torture and survived, saying, "I prefer if our soldiers weren't captured." He's also referred to our troops as, quote, suckers and losers. That's not Marine leadership, that is cowardice. The Marines stand for discipline, sacrifice, honor, and putting their country above themselves. Trump, on the other hand, stands for himself, period, and that's how it's always been throughout his entire career. He avoids accountability, dodges responsibility, and blames other people when things go wrong. To try to compare him to Marines who put their lives on the line for our freedoms is not only dishonest, but it's insulting to every single man and woman who have lived by those values. But JD Vance is doing what the MAGA crowd does all the time, and that's paint Trump out to be some sort of hero. He was never a Marine, he was never a soldier, he never stepped up when his country called him.
But I think everybody is welcome in our political coalition. Frankly, even if you didn't vote for us, everybody is welcome in our country so long as you're an American citizen with the duties and the legal obligations and rights to be here. But let me just give you an example of this. Okay, so you say that we're anti-minority or anti-black.
No, I didn't say that. I asked. See?
Well, okay, fine. Fair.
Don't start any stuff with me, man. Don't get me in trouble. Don't start no stuff with me. But
I misinterpreted your question.
Did you guys know that JD Vance was once a staunch and outspoken critic of Donald Trump and even called him reprehensible and idiot and said that he's a never Trump guy? I'm going to read some excerpts from an article he wrote in The Atlantic in July 2016, where he referred to Donald Trump as the opioid of the masses. During this election season, it appears that many Americans have reached for a new pain reliever. It too promises a quick escape from life's cares, an easy solution to the mounting social problems of U.S. communities and culture. It demands nothing and requires little more than a modest presence and maybe a few enablers. It enters minds not through lungs or veins, but through eyes and ears, and its name is Donald Trump. Further on, he goes to say that Trump brings power to those who hate their lack of it, and his message is tonic to communities that have felt nothing but decline for decades. He says that Donald Trump's promises are the needle in America's collective vein, and that he can never offer details for how his plans will work because they can't. I actually read an article about JD Vance that calls his entire political career confusing. But the appropriate word is not actually confusing, it's hypocritical. JD Vance never actually believed that Donald Trump would have won the 2016 elections. And prior to him actually winning the elections, he was writing scathing critiques of Donald Trump. But all of that went away as soon as he decided to pursue his own political career. He started gaining recognition after writing a book about poor whites and how their failure is based on culture, not in access to opportunities. This is what he gained recognition from. And a lot of people felt that he would be different. This is what an organizer had to say about JD Vance. There were so many people who had hope in him in 2016 and 2017. He was being credited as the guy who knew what these communities needed. He's friends with billionaires. He could have brought billions of dollars into Ohio if he wanted to. He didn't. As soon as JD Vance decided that he would begin his political career, the ideas that he started his career with all of a sudden did a complete 180. Somehow, these scathing tweets that he made about Donald Trump disappeared. All of a sudden, Donald Trump was a good president and he made a lot of good decisions for people. Those, of course, were his words on Fox News in 2021. Some people will probably say, people can change their mind. That's absolutely true. But when money and power are on the table, you can guarantee that they don't actually change that fast. And that what's really happening here is that JD Vance is a grifter, and he is willing to say anything and everything that will grow his bank account and his access to power.
JD Vance just criticized Donald Trump right to his face as he let the world know everything is Trump's fault and not his. Now, this is tonight at the governor's ball and comes after the Trump administration has been having a really rough go. GDP is down. Inflation is up. They just lost a tariff case and may have to pay all that back, and we are on the brink of war. And JD Vance got up to let everyone know this is Trump's fault. Take a listen.
Like, the good thing about being vice president is that nobody blames you when anything goes wrong. So,
yeah, and people are going to say, well, he's just joking there. But I don't think so, because seconds before this, he was very clear. He's like, look, sometimes you make decisions and those decisions don't turn out right and it's your fault. This is JD Vance again trying to create separation between him and Donald Trump. It's my opinion that JD Vance is letting people know, hey, I'm here. I am ready to serve in case we need to do something with this guy. You better believe that Donald Trump is going to have to take this in front of people, but behind closed doors, he may not like this.
So JD Vance just got exposed for a series of deleted tweets in which he was criticizing Donald Trump and was expressing just how abhorrent he thought Donald Trump was. Let's pull some of these up and give them a read because it shows just how hypocritical JD Vance is. Quote, Trump makes people I care about afraid. Immigrants, Muslims, etc. Because of this, I find him reprehensible. God wants better of us. Also, during the 2016 campaign, Vance wrote, quote, Trump's actual policy proposals, such as they are, range from immoral to absurd. Trump is a cultural heroine who makes some feel better for a bit. He cannot fix what ails them, and one day they'll realize it. Then in another deleted tweet, right after the Access Hollywood tape came out, JD Vance commented on it and said, quote, fellow Christians, everyone is watching us when we apologize for this man. Lord help us. So, JD Vance is acknowledging the fact that his new boss is a sexual abuser. He also acknowledges that he finds Donald Trump's policies to be immoral, the same policies that he is now proudly running on, such as carrying out the largest deportation program in American history and instating a Muslim ban. It is pathetic to see JD Vance, a man who used to have principles back in 2016, sell his soul to Donald Trump for power.
My God, what an idiot. A moral disaster. That's what JD Vance used to say about Donald Trump.
I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him.
But Vance stands for nothing except gaining power. Trump picked him for vice president because he has publicly said he'd do what Mike Pence refused to do. Overturn democracy to place America under MAGA control.
Had you been vice president on January 6th, would you have certified the election results?
If I had been vice president, I would have told the states like Pennsylvania, Georgia, and so many others that we needed to have multiple slates of electors, and I think the U.S. Congress should have fought over it from there.
A Vice President Vance is one more reason why a second Trump term would be far more dangerous than the first.
JD, if you'd like to say something, you can. Would you like to really quickly? He is, after all, the vice president of the United States.
It's okay, sir. I'm here for the free coffee. I just say it's an honor to serve with this group, and we're doing a lot of good for the American people. We're very proud of it.
Yeah, we're very proud of the country. We're very proud of you. Thank you very much, everybody.
You're never going to believe the unearthed audio we just found of Trump's VP pick, JD Vance.
But I also think, that there's something comparable between abortion and slavery. And
this guy really compared the right to control our bodies to slavery. Leave it to Trump to pick someone as extreme as him for VP.
JD Vance just went on national TV and appeared to take a subtle yet direct jab at Donald Trump. Now, this is tonight on Fox News, where JD Vance went on with Laura Ingraham to try and do some damage control, talking about the Supreme Court cases as well as the Iran war. But then he focused on Democrats and said this. Take a listen.
I would love it if Democrats were willing, not that they are going to agree with Republicans all the time, but if they were willing to work with us on lowering housing prices,
Yeah, if only Democrats were willing to work with Republicans on lowering housing prices. Either JD Vance has no clue what's going on, or that was a jab at Donald Trump, because Democrats have worked with Republicans, and there is a bill ready for Donald Trump to sign, but he refuses to sign it. And Donald Trump would love it if that bill just went away and people stopped talking about it. But here, JD Vance seems to be dusting it up. And I get the sense that these two, Vance and Trump, do not like each other. And Trump has tried to make JD Vance the fall guy for Iran. And Vance is not going to let that go. And I think this is a subtle jab at Trump.
Hey guys, I'm here with your favorite president. We're cranking out a couple mean tweets at the courthouse. Why don't you read that last one, because I think it's pretty
Well, I think I'm going to put it out instead of reading it. But I know my son's doing very well on social media. I'm proud of him.
Stay tuned. It'll be a doozy.
Yeah, what's going everyone? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're watching us for the first time, kindly consider subscribing to our channel. So for us today, we're talking about a story that's making waves across political media after years comments and writings from the Vice President JD Vance surfaced, reigniting debate over the dramatic political transformation. Before becoming one of Donald Trump's closest allies, Vance was openly critical of Trump. In interviews and written comments from years ago, he questioned Trump's leadership and expressed concerns about his impact on American politics. Fast forward to today, and the picture looks very different. JD Vance is now one of Trump's strongest defenders and has become a leading voice in the Republican Party. That's why the surfacing of his earlier remarks has sparked so much discussion online. Supporters argue that people are allowed to change their minds as they gain new experiences. But critics, however, says the contrast raises questions about political consistency and whether ambition played a role in the shift. This isn't the first time our politicians' past statements has come back into the spotlight. But for in today's digital world, almost everything lives forever, and all interviews, articles, and social media posts can quickly become major news again. The renewed attention has fueled heated conversation across social media. Some people believe JD Vance evolution reflects genuine change in his political views, while others see it as one of the biggest political reversals in recent memory. So folks, whenever your perspective, one thing is clear. This story has once again placed JD Vance at the center of the national political conversation. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think changing political opinions over time is perfectly reasonable? Or do you believe public officials should be held accountable for major reversals in their past positions? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comment section below. So folks, if you enjoy this breakdown and want more political commentary, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the video, and subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification so you never miss any update. So folks, thanks for watching, and we'll meet next time and with a new topic about what's happening in America.